Hello, this is Adam Betts, and today I am covering How to Think Like a Computer Programmer, Question 8 in Chapter 5. And it is to modify the Turtle bar chart program, which is this right here that's given in the chapter, which is simply draw some bar graphs with this turtle module. So, to do so, but we're to modify it. So, this also, and before I get into this question, it also does incorporate question 7, which I'm going to go incorporate to it to clean up the, where the pen is up right here, here, and here, so it's a little bit cleaner. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way because that does make it a little bit annoying, and it does it because if I don't do that, I can't actually change the fill color for each one. This is a simple solution. Is all it's going to take is a pin up command or a pin down command at the start of this function, because this is repeated each time, because I'm going to add a pin up command before I move the turtle forward, which will clean up the program and get rid of this annoying gap. So not only does it get rid of this gap, but it does let each of these things are independent fills now. Since that's done, that means that we can go on with the question and modify it so the colors change. So we want values of 200 or more to be red, just like this. We want yellow for values between 100 or greater than 100 and equal to 100 and gray up to 200. So less than 200 and greater than or equal to 100, which that distinction is important because it lets us write it two different ways. And bars represent values less than 100, we want green. So this bar right here should be green, which is going to be less than 100. That's the easiest way to do it. That covers that doesn't give us a minimum value. So let's do this and see what happens. So to do so, we're going to have to look at our code, and this is what's giving us the bar chart. Each bar is being drawn a number of times, which is the number of iterations in this list of excess that gives the values. So we're going to add some conditionals to this. So for if, let's say A is greater than or equal to, to 200, Tess, which is our turtle name right here, and we're going to change this to, we're going to let this stay red, technically we could actually get rid of this right here if we wanted to clean it up even further and just change it up. So now if, or else if, A is less than 200, since we're going the other way with this, we're going to say test.fillColor is going to be equal to yellow. And it's important for this that I set this up as a string, because this command, the console has these colors preloaded in RGB format, like where it's going to be different values for your red, your green, and blue, and it's going to give you a mix. Well, these pre-fill that with the string, so it makes it a little nicer. And we're going to add the final statement for this, and we're going to leave it elif, because if we want to append or add something later, we can. Else is kind of a final statement, but we're not going to have to worry about that for this, which is going to be less than 100. And we want to test this fill color to be green. And if we try this, we can see what's going wrong. And I was stumbling here because I didn't remember which order it is, which is important for greater than or equal to, just like it said. So we're going to look at this and see what went wrong, because we have our yellows, which is great. We have our greens, which is great, but it's not doing our yellows and reds, but we don't have our greens. Well, the reason for that is we're going down a checklist. Well, let's debug this. We're going to go to our checklist. If A is 48, it is not equal to greater than 200, but it is less than 200. As you can see right here, this is where our hiccup is. It's hitting this value, and then it's going on to the next. So since this is a broader range than this, what we need to do is we need to cut out this line of code, and we need to move it up and put it above this variable, because the order of operations is important. So now, when we do this, this is giving us a green value like it should, this is giving us a yellow, and this is still giving us a red, and yellow and red. And that's how to get this assignment complete. So hopefully you've learned why it is important to have the proper order of operations, where you're going from the most specific to least specific. Since I'm using 200 as a reference point, and I'm going above this, I can go ahead and do this, because if any number is greater than that, that knocks all those out of the way. And this is another really general one, is if it's less than 100, it does this. But this one means that if it doesn't fall in this and doesn't fall in this, we need another statement here to do this and fall into. So the order is important. This is what we need to do to actually get this right. And hopefully this will help you troubleshoot any future problems you have, and show you how to actually do this assignment. This is Adam Betts, and have a great night.